Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tim again. So I'm gonna be uploading a battle tonight. This one was between me and one of the members of my nation in a group that I'm in for the Royal Conquest group. Basically, we're a group of themed nations where we only have access to three different types of Pokemon. But in this particular one, we were only allowed to use um, flying type, psychic type, and I don't even remember the third type. Normal types, that's what it was. Um, that was the theme that I was using. I don't believe that my opponent followed that exactly because she had a Rotom Wash, but I think she was mostly going for just like an OU team. But because of my position, my rank in the nation, I am allowed access to one Uber Pokemon, while she is not. So, yeah, that tips the scale a little bit, but yeah, that's part of the challenge of the group that we're in. So anyway, this was a test battle that we had done, and so I was gonna just play through it and add some commentary as we went along. Um, I just kind of grabbed a group of the Pokemon that I like from it, and I made this set with my Uber Pokemon. It's mainly to be like a really hard hitting harass type, and you'll see it does a pretty good job in this video. So I'm gonna start this up now and let you see how it goes. So she starts out with Rotom Wash, and that's a typical starter. And I always start out with my Alamomit, which is the Islam god, which basically means the taker of lives. And I have it with the move Final Gambit, which basically just does my health, my current health, in damage to the opponent. So Rotom Wash has a pretty low health pool, and basically the idea is that really obnoxious Pokemon that are pretty bulky just die in one hit. She sends out Landorus, which I kind of expected to come out just to lead with the Intimidate, and it probably is Choice Scarf, but I am also Choice Scarf with my Victini, and he also knows Final Gambit. So, the main strategy behind this team is basically just knock two of their Pokemon out, and then just kind of see what happens as their strategy slowly falls apart. And, I basically just make my team around 4 Pokemon, not the entire 6. I was actually surprised that she let those 2 Pokemon die to the Final Gambit, because we do talk about it in Nations quite a bit, but she might not have remembered. So she didn't want Talonflame to just die, which I can understand, but she sent in Chansey, and I taunted it because I didn't feel like having it Toxic me, which apparently she didn't plan to Toxic me at all, she was just going to Seismic Toss me. But Chansey also has a pretty low defense, and so since I know the only thing she can do is to Seismic Toss, I just Sucker Punched, because I know that hits a lot harder. And, lost a good deal of health, and it's gonna, Seismic Toss again. I was expecting that, well, number one, I was expecting to either have it withdraw, or since I know it can't, since I knew it can't heal, I was just gonna go for that, the Dark Pulse, and either go for a flinch or just, bait the Talonflame kill, which is what I got. So that was pretty fortunate that she switched on there. I don't know why she sent in the Alakazam. Well, actually, I do remember why. I went for the Sucker Punch, which I was kind of laughing, like, hi, your Alakazam's dead. But she had it with a Focus Sash, which, worked out pretty well in her favor because she was able to finally get rid of this thing. It's not maxed out in speed, but it does have a pretty high speed. So, between that and I have it set as a mixed orb attacker, so it does a lot of damage. And then, naturally, everyone knows Talonflame just comes out and hits ridiculously hard. And typically I run Talonflame with a Choice Band, although this fight I didn't, and I'm actually kind of glad. And you'll see right here, because naturally Chansey comes in, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, Chansey is going to be annoying, so hey, look, I'll just taunt it again. So, especially against teams that have Chansey or access to really annoying walls, having more than one Pokemon with the ability Taunt is just unbelievably useful. So now, all she can do is just Seismic Toss spam, but I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point that after the one Swords Dance, I can pretty much kill everything else with Brave Bird. So, you know, I just go kill the Chansey because I don't feel like taking any unnecessary seismic toss damage. It's not that I couldn't survive it, but, you know, really, what's the point? So now she has Lopunny, which I assume is going to be the Mega, and, you know, I just assume it's going to fake out and then, you know, do whatever. It's not going to matter because it's not going to outspeed me. But because she probably tried to use Fake Out while it was unevolved, Talonflame still outspeeds, and Brave Bird is priority as well, so it just out-prioritizes the Fake Out. So there was that. And I believe that was the last Pokemon, yeah. So, you know, the fight went back and forth a little bit. I didn't end up having to bring two of my Pokemon in. It was more or less her just fighting my Talonflame and my Yveltal. I mean, naturally, the Yveltal's kind of, you know, I stress kind of, overpowered. You know, I mean, it's Uber for a reason, because its stats are really high, and, you know, its ability is kind of stupid, but, you know, that's just one of the, you know, many ways that it could be leveraged. But, you know, I really like that strategy with the team, where you have two Pokemon in it that have Final Gambit, because, you know, usually they'll have one or two Pokemon that are just really annoying switches for your teams to deal with, and so, you know, having the ability to just instantly remove two of their Pokemon, where, you know, they really don't have much say in it. You know, you basically say, okay, you're gonna have two of them die, you pick which two you want to die, and it really puts you in an interesting position, because, you know, you kind of go into the fight knowing, alright, look, I'm not gonna have access to those Pokemon, so, you know, they're gonna have to be kind of fighting from behind, trying to think of a new strategy, whereas, you know, your entire strategy is still in play. So it's definitely an interesting move, although, you know, you will very rarely see it in competitive play, unless, of course, you know, you're up against me. Well, that was the video. Sorry if the camera was shaking a lot. I was kind of leaning on my leg and holding the phone. You know, rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys.